Yes, and of course I saved the best for last. I will be talking about Thor's cybernetic alien ally, who is also happens to be a West Coast Avenger, I believe, and a pretty standalone character all on his own. Yes, I am talking about Beta Ray Bill. Now, you can't mention Thor without talking about Beta Ray Bill. And Beta Ray Bill, when he was actually, his race was being threatened by this evil mastermind who basically told Bill, it's like, hey, I want you to destroy Earth, or else I'm going to destroy all your people and your homeworld. And Bill, not wanting to lose his family, complied with this guy, even though he wanted to really rip this guy a new one. And so he ended up battling Thor, and this is where one of Thor's great feats was. He actually hit Beta Ray Bill on the surface of a planet, knocked him straight through the core of the planet and outward, and basically the planet imploded on itself. And Beta Ray Bill was still left standing and was still fighting Thor. And Beta Ray Bill is actually a much better hand-to-hand combatant than Thor. He's probably about, his durability is probably equal to that of Thor's. And I think what's great about Beta Ray Bill too is that he actually beat Thor in hand-to-hand combat and is one of the few people in the Marvel Universe to actually lift Mjolnir, or at least be worthy enough to lift Mjolnir. And I think what's also great about that, and while I'm on the subject of Mjolnir, I forgot to mention it in my Odin video, but Odin is actually the one that gave Mjolnir to Thor, and there have been many people that have been able to lift Mjolnir. Beta Ray Bill, Odin, Thor, Captain America, and Storm of the X-Men thus far are some of the ones that have been deemed worthy enough to lift the hammer off the ground. Now I know what you're thinking, well in the Ultimate version, Thor's hammer was lifted by the Hulk. Yeah, but the Hulk, the madder he gets, the stronger he gets. And that's the Ultimate version, and that I thought was just really kind of stupid. But I digress. And Beta Ray Bill ends up beating him in hand-to-hand combat, and then it wasn't until the intervention of Odin that Odin basically stopped this criminal mastermind, saved Beta Ray Bill's people. However, he was so impressed with Beta Ray Bill's fighting prowess and how he would fight to the death for his own people, and that he would sacrifice himself, that pretty much, wait, I'm sorry, actually no, to correct myself, no, Beta Ray Bill finally had enough, because he had the hammer and he was going to strike a killing blow to Thor, and the guy was like, do it. And Bill told him, no, I beat Thor, I beat Thor, I'm not going to destroy Earth, if you want to, then you might as well destroy me, and destroy my people. And that's when Odin intervened, and Odin put a stop to all this, and he basically told him, give Mjolnir back to Thor, and so he gave Thor his hammer back, which Thor was rather embarrassed that Bill was able to beat him using his own hammer. And the blacksmith dwarves, of Asgard crafted his own, Beta Ray Bill's own version of Mjolnir. They built him his own armor, as you can tell, which is very much similar to Thor's. And Beta Ray Bill was already really tough as it was. Now with his hammer, which I believe is called Stormbreaker, he's even more powerful. And I think what was great is that in the World War Hulk movie, Beta Ray Bill is actually used as a replacement for Silver Surfer. And honestly, that's a great replacement. Because Beta Ray Bill is a guy who has shown even to actually stand up to the Hulk and actually last just slightly a bit longer than even Thor himself. And what I like about Beta Ray Bill is that he's also a citizen of Asgard. So he's able to swap out places with Thor. So if Thor gets taken out, he can temporarily fill his spot in the Avengers. Or if during the Odin sleep, Thor can't really, Thor can't do anything, then Beta Ray Bill will step in his place and help protect Odin and Asgard. But he also defends his alien homeworld as well. So Beta Ray Bill, pretty much, you would think that he would be really worn down. Because he's defending Asgard, he's defending his alien homeworld, and he's defending Earth. And yet he does it in such a way that is nearly flawless, that Beta Ray Bill is the kind of character that even when he's tired, he will not tell you about it. He will not show weakness. He will keep fighting and fighting and fighting until he eventually just blacks out or drops. And, it's that kind of determination and prowess that really makes Beta Ray Bill, worthy not only of Mjolnir, but just, worthy of being, at least in, this list of Thor's allies and this whole entire Lesser Known But Awesome Heroes Asgard edition. That, yeah, Beta Ray Bill is a character that, much like Thunderstrike, much like many of the other characters, the Warriors 3, this is a guy who has now become a staple for Thor's universe. And I really, really hope that in the movie, or at least in sequels, that they allude to or reference Beta Ray Bill. Because I think Beta Ray Bill is a character that not only can stand all on his own, but he is a character that really, I think, should be done justice. Not that he's not done justice anyway in the comics, but I'm just saying. And plus, he's an alien version of Thor. I don't think you can't get anything cooler than that. So, with Beta Ray Bill being the last, and him being the kind of the last character and ally to Thor, that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes my Lesser Known But Awesome Heroes Asgard edition. I realized that for some characters I gave very little information. I realized for other characters I gave a lot more information. All that stuff, la-di-da. And I'm not even going to bother repeating myself on the fact that I can't retain as much knowledge, and neither can F.W. Waller, so I'm just going to leave you with this note. I hope that you enjoyed the videos for what they were. I hope you enjoyed this series, and I look forward to seeing all of you's opinions, and I look forward to actually maybe possibly giving my own review of Thor when it hits theaters, or if it's hitting theaters, say, today or so. So that is it. I really don't got much to say other than, for Midgard, for Asgard, for the YouTube comic book community, and for the Thor movie. To thee I say nay!